Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, we'll take a look at how you can use the Record Drum Takes refill in Record. In this tutorial, we'll use the Record and Reason Duo configuration, which means we'll have access to all Reason devices in Record. Besides the audio tracks, all Record Drum Takes song documents also contain an NNXT sampler with additional drum stroke samples that can be added in your song. Here I have a song that I've started working on. It's got just about everything, except for great live drums. So let's check out what the Record Drum Takes refill has to offer. To make it easy to find a suitable drum groove, the Record Drum Takes refill provides a couple of bars of audio of each of the featured multi-track drum documents. You could preview these audio files in a standard audio app on your computer, or use the Import Audio File function in the File menu in Record. Let's use the Import Audio File function in Record here and preview the audio examples. Okay, I think this one could do the trick. As you can see, the name of the audio file is the same as that of the multi-track song document. This makes the song file easy to spot. Let's cancel the preview operation and open the corresponding multi-track song. Here we have the complete multi-track session, with separate tracks and channels for each of the drums. The drums were recorded using separate mics for each of the drums. Since it's not possible or even desirable to isolate the drums for the individual mics, it means that all drum sounds are present on all tracks and channels at various levels. We also used 2 overhead mics and 2 room mics to capture the room ambience. Finally, we used an additional mic placed some distance away from the drum kit and routed the signal via a compressor to create a tighter sound. This compressed recording is available on the track named Compressed Kit. So, now that I've decided which drum document I want to use, I simply copy all the tracks and channels from that drum document and paste them into my song. First, select all tracks in the track list. Then select Copy Tracks and Devices. It's important that I use the Copy Tracks and Devices command. Just copying the audio clips won't bring the mixer channels and their settings into my song. I switch to my song and select Paste. Now, all drum tracks and channels are pasted into my song. It's quite a lot of audio data, so this operation could take a few moments. If your song has another tempo than the drum document, the audio clips on the drum tracks will automatically stretch to fit the new tempo. The drum tracks are arranged in various sections: intros, verses, bridges, fills, and so on, as indicated in the clip labels on the structure track. The structure track doesn't contain any music, just empty clips with labels describing the different sections. The different sections also have separate colors to make them easier to distinguish when you're arranging your song. To the far right, we have selections of shorter fills, breaks, and elements that could be inserted anywhere in the song to spice up the arrangement and add some variation. Let's begin with an intro here at the beginning of the song. Either copy or just drag the intro section to the beginning of the song. Since all drum sounds are present on all channels and tracks, the most natural result is achieved by arranging the clips on all tracks together as complete units. Continue to build up your track according to this procedure until you're satisfied. Just like on TV cooking shows, I've prepared a finished arrangement here. Ta-da! Now Now it's beginning to sound really good. Now, let's spice up the song by adding some fills and breaks. I can just place the fill clips on top of the existing clips like this. These will now mask out the present audio. When I'm happy with the result, I could also add individual drum strokes here and there by just playing the NNXT included in the drum document. Remember that this will only work when you use the Record and Reason Duo configuration. All NNXT samples were taken straight from the original drum recording sessions, which means they sound exactly like the audio tracks. The samples of each drum are laid out on consecutive keys on the keyboard to make it easier to alternate between the samples. The NNXT's separate outputs are routed to each of the drum channels to ensure the exact same sound as the audio tracks at all times. This means that if you edit any channel strip parameters, the edits will affect the NNXT samples as well. One important thing to remember here is that you cannot load any insert effects into the channels in this situation. Doing so will break the NNXT connections in the insert effects section. As a reminder, we specifically note this in the Insert Effects name area on the channel strips. If you want to use Insert Effects on the drum channels, you can do this by dragging and dropping the effects devices in the Insert Effects sections and patch the devices manually. When you're happy with your song, simply delete all unused audio clips in the song. Finally, when you save your song, use the Save and Optimize command to optimize the file size. So, that's how you can use the Record Drum Takes Refill to make your songs come alive.